Today, we're making, you guessed it, basmati rice. But this time, we're making it with caramelized purple onion and cranberries. I really hope that by the end of this masterclass series, you're gonna have mastered making Persian basmati rice. To that, we're going to add my signature lemon chicken. This lemon chicken is better, if I dare say so myself, than any kebab you'll have in a restaurant. Why? Well, first and foremost is because I'm using chicken leg quarters because I want more chicken for my bite. To this, I'm adding lemon juice, pureed onions, garlic, some aromatics, and some seasoning. We're gonna let that marinate. We're gonna grill it on the bobby, and then we're gonna serve it up for a delicious dinner. And you too will know how to make this, I promise. So I'm chopping up a small, medium-sized yellow onion. I like to get the sweet Vidalia ones, but any onion will do. Personally, if the onion is a little bit on the strong side, more flavor. It's all good. All right, I'm peeling off the skin. I'm gonna cut off this little root here, but not the entire root, just like so. We'll talk about that more in another segment. I'm gonna cut it in quarters and I'm gonna put it in my handy dandy food processor. We're gonna make this super easy. Thank God for the food processor. All right, so I'm gonna add a couple, maybe a tablespoon of garlic to this, because remember, it's minced. So that's probably 3 cloves of garlic right there, which is exactly what I want. I'm gonna trim off the peel of the skin of a lemon, and I'm gonna show you a trick. Instead of busting your hands squeezing lemon juice or getting out a juicer, just peel off the skin and as much as the pith as you can, and then chop it up and add that to your food processor along with the other things that you're, spinning around. Here we go. I'm going to pour this. This is the perfect consistency. Not too watery, but still enough to give you a nice sauce after we've grilled it and then put it in the oven to finish off. Because if we grill it all the way through on the Barbie, I won't be able to get this delicious sauce. So what I'll do is I'll show you a trick I have for keeping this marinade. All right, that's all going in. I like to get every last bit because I'm neurotic that way. Ooh, eyes are burning. I'm gonna start crying. Ooh, I'm gonna do the I Love Lucy cry. Okay, I'm gonna move my cutting board to the side. I'm gonna show you what we're gonna do with that purple onion in a second. Put this aside. All right, now to this, I'm going to add some salt. About teaspoons, big as your hand, maybe that's a tablespoon. Some pepper, not too much pepper, 2 teaspoons. This is a chicken kebab seasoning that you can buy at any Middle Eastern market. And it basically has granulated onion, citric acid, salt, paprika, black pepper, parsley, and saffron in it. And that's what just gives it that aromatic goodness that that's what's the word I'm looking for, that you always think of when you think of Persian food. You smell it and it just takes you there. And I'm just gonna sprinkle a good amount of this on here. All right, I'm gonna transfer this to another bowl and I'll be right back to show you how I zhuzh this all around with the last ingredient. Okay, so I've transferred it to a bigger bowl so I can actually get my hands in there. And I just want you to see that sometimes you start off with one thing and you realize, oh, you gotta do something else. So it's never a problem to mid-course have to change a dish or an ingredient, that it's not the end of the world. You may have one more dish to wash. All right, so this is liquid saffron. Just a splash. Give it that golden hue, and now I'm gonna get in there, and that's why I'm wearing gloves. You can get these at, any you know, food, like restaurant supply store or market that sells to big chains, restaurant chains. You can find these gloves anywhere. All right, I'm getting in there and I'm giving it a nice massage. This is gorgeous. And I'm gonna let this sit. Now you can let this sit for 2 to 24 hours. Obviously, the longer it sits, the more the meat gets absorbed, the juices absorb in the meat. But you don't wanna leave it more than that because lemon will start to cook the chicken through, and then that will make it tough. All right, I'm gonna put a wrap on this. I'm gonna dab my eyes because I'm crying, and we'll be back to do the second part of this. So our water is boiling, nice and hot, rolling boil. We're gonna put in some salt like we do for pasta cooking. And now I'm gonna add in about 3 cups of rice, 2 to 3 cups of rice. I just have that in my bowl here. Gonna give that a nice little zhuzh. Around, stir this around so the rice doesn't all stick together. And we're gonna let that come up back to a boil, and then we're gonna check it for that al dente doneness. You know how this goes. This is the 3rd time we're doing this together. You'll be a pro once we're done. All right, that's gonna come up. Back to the cutting board now. And we're gonna slice up some onions, saute them, add some cranberries, some butter, a little of that saffron liquid, and we're gonna get to it, show you how to do it. So I have about 1/4 of a purple onion. It was this gigantic onion. Always make sure you wrap up what you don't use and keep it in your fridge. Don't throw away part of a vegetable or a fruit because you didn't get to it all. You can keep it in your fridge, especially onions and garlic, for at least a week. So, okay, so this is 1/4 of an onion. I've got the roots still on because that's gonna be my anchor. That's gonna help me hold on to this thing without, you know, losing it and it all falling apart. So I'm coming in here and I'm just gonna do very thin julienne slices. This is called julienne. And, you know, the proer you get, is that a word, proer? The more experience you get, obviously, the faster you'll go. And here's another trick. You get to the end here, flip it. You're just gonna, here you are, flip it. And then you just come in here and do the same thing. And you still get those beautiful julienne slices. Always making sure you've tucked your fingers under so you don't add fingers to the stew. Because fingers in the stew don't taste good. I'm gonna add to this pan, I'm going to add just about a tablespoon of olive oil, good olive oil. Very importante, I love olive oil. And just gonna go in here and trim off my ends just a little bit because I'm neurotic like that. Checking on my rice while the oil is coming up to temperature. Not quite there yet. We've got just a little bit more to go. Maybe 2 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes. All right, coming back over to my onions. I can tell my olive oil is getting hot because it starts to glisten and it starts to all come together in the pan. And if I put my hand over the pan, it's a little bit hot. It's getting hot to the touch, right? All right. And we got that sizzle. We love that sizzle. All right. Now you can dice the onions if you prefer. I like the julienne because we all love onions in my house. So I like to julienne it. I'm just gonna get in here and break them apart a little bit from the stem, from that anchor. And I have these beautiful julienne slivers. All right, I'm gonna let this come up just to start to caramelize and get a little translucent before I add the cranberries because I don't want to burn the cranberries. Give this a little zhuzh. Oh, did you get that? That was gorgeous. All right, beautiful flippity doodah. All right. As it starts to become translucent, the more translucent it becomes, that's when I'm gonna add the salt and the pepper. I don't wanna add the salt right away because it'll start to sweat and I won't get that color that I want. Because I like it that color, because brown food is good food. Okay, I'm gonna add a little bit of salt now, just a little, just a pinch, a little bit of pepper. I'm gonna come in there and I've got about a cup of cranberries. So for 3 cups of rice, I use a cup of cranberries. And you can do this to taste. You want more cranberries? Add more cranberries. Less? Less. This dish is really about the cranberries. It's so delicious. Yes, now we've got that beautiful, the 2 aromas together and the color. How glorious is that? Just gorgeous. Happy food. This is happy food. All right, my rice is done. I'm gonna take it to the sink and strain it. I'm gonna come right back to finish off the cranberries and onions. A little knob of butter. I'm gonna put that right on the top. Now, butter here is for flavor. You don't have to add butter, but it really adds flavor to it. This is really a rich dish. It's a very festive dish. It's great for a birthday or a celebration. And it just adds such richness and flavor to it. And look at the berries and the onions are just glistening. I wish you could smell this. How good does this smell, Crystal?
Man, it smells amazing.
Right? Oh my God, just onions. Like, all you need are onions and you're set, man. What is life without onions? All right, I'm gonna throw in a splash of this liquid saffron, this liquid gold right here. Just a little splash. And you get that lovely sizzle. Sizzle me saffron. Oh yeah, and then we've got that golden hue happening right there. So glorious. Happy, happy, happy. All right, I'm gonna put this aside now. This is fabulous. Now you've got a sweet and salty, chewy and crispy, savory. You've got all these different flavors and textures happening right in this. And this is just like, this is like the accent, right? And look at all that's happening right here. I'm gonna put this on the side, take it off the heat, and then I'm gonna show you how to layer it in the rice. Now we're on to the tadig part. Got your handy dandy russet potato out? Just wash the skin, do not peel it, because that's really delicious when it's fried at the bottom. You get that extra bit of crispiness, and every extra bit of anything is good. All right, I'm just cutting them on, what is it? 1/4 of an inch here. Slices ever so gingerly so I don't get my fingers in it. And I'm just gonna spray the bottom of the pot. Just like so. And around the top. I'm just gonna top it off with just a little bit of oil. I know it seems like a lot of oil, but this is just a tablespoon. And remember, it's over 3 cups of rice, so you're not getting all of that oil in your system. I'm just gonna zhuzh this around a little bit just to make sure I get that release at the end, so when I turn my pan upside down, everything releases beautifully. So I'm going in and layering my potatoes in here, and so we like the crispy rice as well, so I like to give room on either side to get the crispy rice tadik as well, not just all potato. But you are more than welcome to go in there. I'm gonna flip this to this side. You're more than welcome to go in there and add as much potato as you like, because we all love a good potato, especially a fried potato. All right, so I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna season this with a little salt and pepper and some turmeric. Let me get my handy dandy turmeric. And then for those of you who are thinking, oh my gosh, she adds salt and pepper to everything. It's a lot of salt. So remember, flavor starts at the bottom. If you're not flavoring at the foundation, you're going to be lacking the full body taste at the end. So we're not talking about tablespoons and tablespoons of salt and pepper. We're talking, just sprinkles. Because it's all flavor. Flavor, flavor, flavor. Brings out the best. And of course the turmeric just gives you that golden hue on your potatoes, which just makes it even that much yummier. All right, my potatoes are seasoned. All right, now I'm coming in with some more rice. Cool it down to the touch for myself. Come in here, scoop this up. Scoop it up. All right, like so, like so. Get some more. Sprinkle it around. Here with the last bit of rice. All right, got that in there. That in the sink. Give my hands a nice wipe down. Get all those little stray little kernels of rice. All right, spread this out just a little. Get a nice sort of pyramid happening. Cranberries and onions. And that goes in just like that. We're gonna put this on a burner, medium high, for about 15 minutes. Lower it, dab it with some butter, put a turban on it, and let it go for another 35 to 45 minutes. All right, so my grill is ready. I've cleaned it off with some foil, sprayed it down, and it's been preheating so the bars are really, really screaming hot. That's how you get the skin not to stick, and you make sure you get that beautiful, those beautiful grill marks, which is what you want. Putting that down, skin side down. You hear that sizzle? That's what you want on your barbecue. On your pan, that's what you want. Always want to hear that sizzle. Sizzle me hungry. All right, that's going on top. So these have been marinating for about 2 hours. And don't throw away the marinade, because I'm going to show you how to cook this off and then keep it for the base of your sauce. I have my pan at the ready here to put the chickens on top of when they're almost completely done, so that it can continue to cook without burning while the rest of my birdies are cooking. I'm gonna flip that guy over because that's just about perfect. This is almost there. Let's see how this guy is doing. This one is coming along. Let's see how she's doing over here. Put this, bring her down. There's more fire love over here. Check her. Oh, that's gorgeous. I'm gonna move her around. Let's check this guy. Oh, perfection. Flip him over. Got some nice grill marks happening. Nice char marks. This is gonna taste so delicious. That looks good to go. And then what's this gonna do is that when it's finishing cooking in the oven, it's gonna release some more juices, and that's gonna help with the gorgeous sauce that we're going to use to put on our rice. Delicious, very delicious. I'm gonna go put this in the oven at 350 degrees and just let it finish cooking, maybe 15, 20 minutes. I'll know when the juices start to run clear that it's done. A few pats of butter to my rice, because you know this is luxurious deliciousness. The lid in a tea towel, just like so. You could also do this with paper towels, but it's less, you know, it's more sustainable to use a tea towel. I'm gonna turn down the flame so that it's now a medium low, just like that. And we're gonna let that go for another 35 to 45 minutes. Okay, so now with that marinade, I'm gonna put it into this little pot right here, get all the goodness in there, and I'm gonna bring it up to a boil to cook off any of that bacteria, salmonella, any of that, and then I'm gonna use this to add to the juices of the chicken from the oven. I'm gonna bring this up to a boil, let it simmer down. Simmer down. There, sauce, simmer down. I'm gonna bring this up to a boil, let it simmer while we're waiting for the chicken to cook. And then you have a gorgeous sauce and you don't have to waste that marinade. So now you see it starts to boil like right away. We've got the edges of the sauce starting to simmer. Now why are we doing this? Because chicken has potentially a salmonella bacteria, and you're supposed to throw away the marinade after you've marinated your chicken. But if you cook it off and you get it to a boil, you've cooked off all that bacteria, just like you're cooking the chicken. So we've got the edges simmering, and now we're gonna bring it to a boil, so we've killed off any potential hazard, bacteria, danger. Gone. So now we've got that full rolling boil. And when my chicken is done and I bring it out of the oven, there's gonna be all these yummy juices that came from the marinade in the chicken. I'm gonna mix that in with this sauce, and then I'm gonna serve it over the chicken. We're gonna plate up the rice and have a delicious lunch. I'm gonna show you how we're gonna do that next. Get the chicken out now. Oh, yeah, baby. You look beautiful. Look at that gorgeousness. All right, I'm gonna bring it over here, and I'm gonna start plating it up. I loosened up some of our sauce because it became sort of like a concentrate. Loosened it up, nice and gravy-like. I'm just gonna put a little bit on the bottom of the dish, like so. I'm gonna put the rest on top of the chicken. I'm gonna take my beautiful chicken quarters and platter them up nice and beautifully right here. Maybe I'll take another spoon because it's hot. Get these going like so. You know, there's a saying that we eat first with our eyes. So creating a beautiful plate is really important. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. All right, I'm gonna take some of that sauce now and pour it right over the top. And pour it right over the top as well. And then I like to finish this off with some greens. I usually like to do it with cilantro, but today I have some watercress. Watercress also has that peppery flavor. It's so yummy. Make it look pretty, presentable. Now, of course, we can invert this. Like a dome, which is what I'm gonna try to do right now. Get my trusty handy dandy towels. Put this over the lid and say a little prayer for me. Say a little prayer for me. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, baby. Tip this puppy over, and here's that ta-da moment. The ta-da moment. Yes! Gloriousness, gorgeousness. We're going to accent it again with some beautiful watercress on the side. Just give it that extra little pop of color. So here we have it, our gorgeous Persian-inspired chicken leg quarters, marinated in lemon and onion and garlic with Persian spices. We have our caramelized cranberry and onion basmati rice with the crispy potato tahdig, heightened with liquid saffron and turmeric, so we have even more of that golden hue. Finish it off with some bubbly or some delicious rosé, and you've got yourself a glorious dinner. I invite you to try these recipes at home, and when you do, let me know how it turns out. I look forward to hearing from you. Bye for now.